Jason Whitlock. I said that name. It's not a name I've uttered. I normally don't do that, but it's necessary to do now. I've had enough of that fat bastard, that piece of shit. And I want to make sure that before I go to break, I want anyone out there who watches me, anyone out there who knows me, anyone out there, no matter what you think of me, I want you to remember, I never talk about him. I never talk about my colleagues. I don't do that. This is a first. But it's necessary. And when I say don't talk about them, I don't mean don't talk about them literally. I don't get in on them like I'm about to do now. I literally called my pastor and asked for his forgiveness and understanding in advance because he's not going to recognize the person he's about to hear. I did the same when I emailed the bosses at ESPN. This is my podcast. I own and operate this. I do what I want on this podcast. But it doesn't mean that I still don't harbor a responsibility to at least give my daytime employers a heads up as to what I'm about to do. My sisters, my nieces and nephews, my boys in the industry, everybody that I could reach out to in time has been warned. It's time for me to address this. I'm only going to do it once. Because this bastard is worth less than a damn cockroach. He wanted my attention.
These people that are installed at the top of these industries, they're comfortable distorting the truth. They're comfortable with exaggerations. They're comfortable with telling farcical stories. And maybe they're comfortable because we believe them. I mean, he sat in a crowd. And if you go watch that whole interview he's doing with the one white dude, there's other journalists in this crowd. I think he's at a library and he's promoting his book. There's other journalists in this crowd listening to these farcical stories. And no one is saying, like, that don't add up. What are you doing? He's comfortable telling, and he's calling out. You got to go watch this interview. He's so arrogant and so over the top. And I just want to thank this guy for coming out and blah. Who buys this? Stephen A. is a myth. Stephen A. is a plant. You remember when Kwame Brown kept insinuating like David Stern and the NBA gave Stephen A. instructions on how to criticize Kwame Brown? When Kwame was saying that, I didn't fully understand it. Now I do. That's the job. All these guys have batteries put in their back. And it's their job to distort and lie. I'm a little out of breath. We're going to bring on